should make a note of timestamps now, shouldn't I? People can't complain about there not being timestamps because they don't allow comments on the lives. But I think the fact that I go to the trouble of separating them and pasting them individually is like very good of me. Anyway, if I do this as one massive live, I won't be able to separate them for a couple of days anyway, because the longer the videos are, the longer they take to process before you can save them. I think they have to like check the content and stuff. I don't know. Or it reformats it. So the message for Aries was that it's a twin flames connection. And there might be a reunion in February. We've just found a rotten clementine in my school bag. That's disgusting. We'll have to write it in teacher pen in green. Right, so twin flames. Might save time this week. I've got a busy week ahead. Aries. Reunion in Feb. Okay, let's do one more shuffle. If it's not resonating this week, it's just because Spirit gives advice to people that need it the most. Okay, it's a collective reading. If you want a personal reading that can only be for you, you can order one off my Etsy store. The link is in my bio. And it's £18 for 20 minutes all about you. And it can be love or it could be any topic. I do health, wealth, general advice, relocations, business moves, property moves, all kinds of readings are available. Okay. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in the second week of May 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in, please? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling. The Star. So you could have an Aquarius on your mind because this is the major arcana for Aquarius, or you could feel that you are very close to wish fulfillment. After pain, we experience rejuvenation. So you could be cleansing yourself. You know, if you think about religion and spirituality, water cleanses us. That's why we are christened, if we're christened, or baptized. Water, you know, heals wounds, it cleans them. So water also represents emotion. Okay, so it's a rejuvenation period, and you could feel like you're close to wish fulfillment in career or in all capacities, or you could be thinking about an Aquarius. Okay, but it's nice to get that. I don't think we've had that out for Taurus, and to get that by itself can only be positive, really positive. That is a noisy plane, sorry about that. On these lives, it's the sound of a crackly, because I don't know if it's happening because I'm too close to my phone, or it's an issue that's happening during processing. Can you let me know if it goes crackly? Or does it always sound clear? Right, so we've got a combination. I read from the back first. We've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. So it does crackle. Okay. Maybe it's my mic then. I don't know. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is, well, when it's upright, it's someone who's single and abundant. Someone who's single and abundant. Like, Pentacles is your ability to pay your own way for yourself. Not necessarily enough to pay for others, but you can certainly provide for yourself. It's about being independent. The Three of Cups can be, you know, celebrations. It can be like parties, cheersing, toasting, you know, salute, yamas, celebrations. Three is a number of community, and cups is emotion. So with those being reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed is either I don't have enough, or I don't want to be provided for myself. I don't want to be single. I want 10 of Pentacles. I want to collaborate. Okay. The Three of Cups in a love reading can be third party. Like the Two of Cups is two people that are in love and they each feel the same for one another. The Three of Cups, you know, when you add another person, that's too many. So it can be like the other man, the other woman. Perhaps, you know, you're tired of being the other man, the other woman, and you don't want that anymore. You want collaboration. Or you wish to get to a point where you are Nine of Pentacles and you're close to wish fulfillment, as I said, because I'm looking at this together with the Star. You know, if your goal is to be a homeowner and provide for yourself and not to rely upon love, you need to have enough to secure a property like a mortgage or something. You may be waiting for the day that you can toast, you know, to get into your ultimate goal, your ultimate sense of independence, or you may just really want an end to a third party situation and want collaboration. You want the Ten of Pentacles, two salaries together, lasting generational wealth for your children, for their children. We'll know if we keep going. Another one for Taurus, please. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords upright. Now, the Ace of Swords can be truth, clarity, a major revelation, a confession. So it's either that you're really close to achieving wish fulfillment, or this is like your desire, this is what you'd confess to someone. Let's get 3 for the person that's on your mind, that you're dealing with or manifesting in. I think you're single at the moment with that 9 of Pentacles coming out. But shit. The 8 of Cups again. So this came out for Aries. Aries as person. So you could be an Aries Taurus cusper. When someone has the 8 of Cups, they're walking away from a relationship or marriage. This person left a relationship or marriage. Now, I'm considering all options because we've got the 3 of Cups reversed, and I'm not a fly on the wall in your life. So I'll tell you the different scenarios that are coming up into my head. But they could have left the person that they were married to if they cheated on them with you, and you're the third party. Because you've got the 9 of Pentacles, that's a single person energy. But you've got it with the 3 of Cups reversed. Or they could have left this third party situation to focus on their marriage. Either way they left, whether they left you or the other person they left, they walked away. Now we've got the 8 of Wands, fast action, progress, communication. Wands is, action, energy. The Emperor reversed, we've got the major arcana for Aries. The Emperor is all 4 kings. This is a person who's very accomplished in life. They likely have a family. They are likely married. They don't have to be. They likely have a very high-powered job that they've done for several years, if not longer. They could be retired or near retirement. But it's a very wise person. They have the King of Swords, which is air energy. So that's someone intelligent, knowledge is power. They're a fantastic communicator. Everything is done via strategy that's been thought through several times before actuated. Nothing's done on a whim. They've got the King of Wands, action orientated, in control, self-motivated, ambitious, confident, assertive. They've got the King of Pentacles, solid provider, good at earning, good at spending, likes to have nice things, likes to give to others. The King of Cups, compassionate, emotive, emotionally intelligent, calm, under pressure, very generous, forgiving. They have all 4 kings, but when the Emperor's reversed, it could be someone who's overbearing or manipulative, domineering, or they could be the opposite of that, the opposite extreme, which is they could feel really disempowered or weakened right now. Okay, so it's either, because it's the Emperor in reverse, it's the opposite of being powerful, it's being weak. It's the opposite of being calm and in control. It's overbearing, domineering. It's exaggerated in either direction. So the crown could have fallen, or they could be on a wild one, trying to, throw down the gauntlet and be overly controlling. The Emperor could have run away, or he could be taking control and forcing change. I don't know. Let's see what comes out for the outcome. Definitely, whether he's feeling empowered but like overly controlling, or whether he's feeling disempowered and weakened, he has left a situation, whether that's you or the one he's married to, he or she. The Emperor can be a female, it's just that they're in their masculine power, so they're being assertive, they're not thinking about the wider picture in terms of how this affects different individual people in a family. They're thinking about the greater good. Okay, so the Emperor has to think about the whole empire and what the greater good is. They can't be overly concerned, as a feminine energy would, with nurturing and getting upset about each individual person's feelings. Does that make sense? They have to go more logical. So we've got the Death card reversed. Now this one also came out for the Aries reading. It's a major arcana, it's the major for Scorpio. You're supposed to walk through the gates out of the last chapter into the new one. But when it's reversed, it's like unfinished business. I'm not ready to close the door on this yet. That's the outcome after this ending. And this Emperor is not himself, okay? He's not upright. He is either feeling weak or he's feeling domineering. Oh my goodness, the way that flew out then. Let's have a look. The Eight of Swords reversed. So whatever they were up in their head over, whatever was making them feel stuck or trapped, imprisoned, that they've realised that was only their perception. You see how this person was blindfolded and they're in this cup, Ace of Cups, of emotion. They were all up in their head. They've released themselves from mental imprisonment now. They've walked away from something. And there's unfinished business. Well, they've walked away from either a third party or a marital partner, a spouse. There's unfinished business, and they're no longer confused, mentally, feeling stuck. They're out of that. Maybe they're feeling empowered then. Maybe they're taking control. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, is experiencing a period of good fortune, good luck from the universe. When it's reversed, it's like the karmic wheel is turning because we've made bad decisions. We've acted out of our better, outside of our better judgment. We've acted foolishly, devilishly. They've definitely got a lot on their minds, a lot of regret. But whatever was unclear or hazy to them is no longer. They may feel that they're receiving a punishment from the universe for mistreating you or their person, or both. Interesting. It's interesting that you've got the Ace of Swords upright, which is clarity, major revelation, major clarity. This person is also getting out of their head. if they were having their cake and eating it too, they may have realised like that is not the way to conduct oneself, you know, long term, and they finally ended it, finally walked away. Someone was a gold digger. Either their spouse was a gold digger, or you were in it for what they can get, money hungry, self-serving. So it could be a marriage built on finances, or a third party, you know, where they've been paying for everything and throwing money away. You know your character, you know who you are, so please don't be offended. I'm looking at the different possibilities. Even if you're not money hungry, someone could have put in their head that, you know, if you have less, like a lesser salary than them, if you're less established, if you have less assets than them, that maybe that's why you're, you know, running around with them. It's not necessarily saying that you are a gold digger, it's other people's ideas that that's what you are. But it could be about their spouse if they've left their marriage. It could be because it's just material, it's too material, there isn't closeness there, there isn't intimacy there. That's why people go looking for affairs, you know, because it's all like, it's too much like a business deal, like a business partnership, when you've been together for decades. Not always, but for some people, the love is gone, or what was, you know, the glue, the intimacy, the emotional connection, it's just run its course, you know, or they've always been used for money. If they were high earning, maybe that person was always like that with them and cares too much about money. Money is a big focus in this, let's say. Devotion blooms, nurture both blossoms and thorns with tenderness. Well, that's about loyalty, isn't it? And about staying strong through difficult times, staying together through difficult periods. Let's get a hidden features oracle. I'm sorry, how freaky is that? Hi, welcome into the chat. Hi, Milky. Different oracle decks. Bank failure and gold digger. Someone has emptied this person's bank account. They can't carry on like that. Someone just, you know, has like these really high expectations of like a lifestyle, you know, and it's just, it's not really the same values as what they have. I think that's what's coming out. Let's see. Anything else? Cycles, water sign and earth sign. Fate, karma, something ending, something beginning, and we've got that wheel of fortune reversed in the outcome. We've got cycles, that's what it is. When the wheel turns upside down, making poor decisions over and over keeps you in a negative cycle, a karmic cycle. So you repeat. The cycle can't end. You know, it's like in Hinduism, you reach a state of being a higher being when you stop doing whatever behavior is karmic, whatever's negative, unhealthy. For example, if you keep, cheating on your spouse, you continue to stay in a negative cycle. Or if you keep entertaining someone that wants you, as a bit on the side, you continue stuck in that cycle of being hurt. So they're just examples. But, staying with someone who, is just with you for money is like another example, or gambling or addiction. You're stuck in this cycle until you break free from that habit. And they've got the Eight of Cups, leaving either you or another person. By choice, they've walked away from it. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So someone's got that in their chart, or they could be dealing with two people. Someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and someone who's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or they're getting themselves grounded with earth and water, because I see earth and water as very calm and grounding energy, getting reconnected. When you're thinking as fire, you can be overly ambitious, you can be too spontaneous, too impulsive. With air, you can be a bit cold, a bit switched off, a bit too logical. So earth and water, or it could, they could be the two people that they've got on the go. Let's get a confession from them. That's very sweet, actually. You brought the life back into my life. I see you in my dreams. Forgot to do these. Anything else to help me understand what's going on with the one that's showing up in Taurus's reading? Boat. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. That's interesting. There's definitely, we're getting this message about the end of cycles, unfinished business, karmic lessons, being trapped, the Wheel of Fortune, endings. This is, boats are transition, it's leaving a past behind. I think I'm starting to think that you're the third party and they're leaving a spouse behind because they feel like it's purely become financial, even if it wasn't at the beginning, or it could have always been that way. Let's get messages from them. Why the Eight of Cups? I miss you. Do you? And no. What was under this one? The Eight of Wands. I dream about you a lot. Too much. Oh my goodness, this person, like, they're coming for you. Okay, they are really scared, but they believe this to be a soulmate connection with the Six of Cups and the Nine of Swords. They're really, really scared, but they think that you are their soulmate, Taurus. They've never stopped thinking about you. They miss you. They realise it's purely financial where they are, and they've detached from that situation. They intend to leave it or have left it. When's this all going to kick off then? Don't force it. Release attachment to timing when you're truly ready for it. This is divine. This is going to happen when you're both ready for it. Oh my God. That's going to be dependent on what's happening in your life then and in their life. It's different for everyone, isn't it? Trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. True love. A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. I was a bit worried when that one came out, but then this one says true love. A deep and enduring connection. It's not just superficial. They're in love. What else do we need to get? Are we on to advice? We're on to advice, yeah. Let's get you some advice, Taurus. If this is resonating for a Taurus, what's your advice, please? About this third party situation. Dive, you don't find pearls on the seashore. Okay, so you may have only been superficial with people for a while, or you could have refrained from dating. It may require getting to know this person on a deeper level. Direction, trust your inner compass and find your bearings. Okay, so trust your own judgment, trust your own intuition, in your gut. Are you being called to go out and meet someone new? Are you being called to get on with your life and not really focus on love and hope that this person returns at some point? You know, because you can try to date and stuff, but if you're not over someone, or you're secretly wanting them and no one else, it's not going to work, is it? As soon as it gets serious with another person, you're going to sabotage it. So only do what you feel called to do, Taurus. In your gut and in your heart and in your mind, you know what you want. Change. Know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. Well, that's what they're doing, isn't it? They're moving to a new shell. Ambition, set your sights beyond the horizon. I do feel like there's mixed advice here. There's a lot that's saying keep your eyes open in case there's someone that that's available, emotionally available now, someone that's financially ready now, someone that you can really go all the way with, someone who's not, you know, practically tied up with someone else. But this could also just be like the future's bright and you're not capped or limited to anything, and you know, if you and this person are supposed to be together, it'll happen, and the sky's the limit. So you've got to kind of read this intuitively. You know your situation. Over time, you know, you'll get to a place where, or something will happen if you need to get over this person and you haven't quite received the message, you'll be forced to do that. Ambition, change, direction, dive. I just think whatever happens for you, Taurus, because this is advice for you, I think you've got a really prosperous, beautiful adventure of a life ahead of you, and I don't think you should worry about it. You're being like called, if you look at those four, to just explore, you know, just not keep yourself stuck anywhere. Could be advice for this person as well, you know, like if you're in something that you're not happy in, change it. That's my attitude. And it's not always comfortable, but you do it. You do it with work, you do it with relationships, you do it with where you live, you know, people that you spend time with. If you don't feel good, change it. You can't go wrong with that. But if you choose to start dating again and this person doesn't come back to you, you know, and you feel happy dating, sometimes then how you feel, you know, your inner compass redirects, doesn't it? And you decide like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not still like stuck on them. But if your inner compass is like, I want them, I want them, I want them, you're not ready to date, are you? So it's like you just got to respond to your own emotions, your own internal compass. But you deserve the very best. And I think you'll have a good life, whatever happens. I know you'll have a good life, whatever happens. This person's in love with you. They're prepared to leave what they've accumulated over decades with someone to be with you. That's what's coming out in this reading. You don't have to be with them if you don't want to. And the advice is not to wait. Don't force it. Don't wait around for it. Just live your life, reach your goals, cross things off your bucket list, give out high vibrations, tell the universe out loud what qualities you want in a person. And life, you know, that wider plan that's bigger than any of us is going to play out. What do I want next? This. Attention and courage. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave. That's what I mean, is like, you've got your goals, Taurus. You enjoy security, you enjoy success. You love stability, and you're not going to give that up for anyone. Courage. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. So you like being revitalized, and you're like a phoenix that continually rises from the ashes. And I personally believe that Taurus's journey in life is to grow more and more independent, because we're very emotional, we're very giving, we're very loyal, but we give in to what looks nice too much. And, you know, we're ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, so we get distracted sometimes, but we doubt ourselves as well. So I think your lesson is to become so independent that once you are finished growing in that way, and it may take longer than other signs, but once you become with really high self-esteem, high self-worth, accomplished, and you're very close to meeting your goals with that star card, then spirit will allow you to settle down with a person, have your 10 of Pentacles. Because if you're ruled by romance, it's not always good for you, and it doesn't show you that you are amazing as an individual entity. It makes you think that you need love to be whole, to be amazing. So I think this is Taurus's journey. You might think, no, I think it's something else, but every sign has something that they're working on. And I think this is ours, but let's see. Right, a final advice for Taurus. Hi, welcome in. Jar, love me. Don't forget to give me a like, guys. It's very important. Helps the channel get out and seen by everyone. This is what I was talking about, is growing your confidence, because I think for some reason, I think because we're strong empaths, we've got a very thin skin, and not everyone wants to build you up. So it's, some of it is just us not trusting ourselves or believing in ourselves, and some of it is other people's words getting in our head, or how other people treat us, that hustle and bustle of life, getting bounced around from place to place. You know, sometimes we're getting tempered into something that's unconfident. We're getting molded and shaped into something that's all, you know, battered and bruised. But what we need to do is be more resilient and have an air of protection and preservation about ourselves. Let it be like water off a duck's back. When people are negative or doubt us, they're not always right. Not everyone else is always right. And people can be too pushy, they can be too assertive, too pressing, and we need to make sure that we are flying our own individual line, and that we believe in our own brand, Taurus. And sometimes we're good at putting that out there, and I'm sure that you get a flurry of likes, comments. People love it when you show strong confidence in yourself. There's nothing sexy than a Taurus who's like, knows what they're worth, looks good, feels good, talks boldly. It's so sexy. So like, make sure that you are doing that, especially during birthday season. Sorry, you can't see that because it's so sunny behind, but can you see it now? I don't know how to sort that out. I might have to no, I'm not trapping the sun out. Can you see it? Bravely market your magic. It's a beautiful card, that. And then overrate your intuition. You're very intuitive, Taurus. After Pisces, you're one of the most intuitive signs. So, if not the most intuitive. You can't see these, can you? But deep down, okay, your third eye is open, and you know that this is all part of your greater good. This is for your good. This is part of the divine plan for you. Okay, you're on your trajectory. So even if you doubt yourself at times, just fucking go for it, dig in and go for it, okay? That sounded so weird. I didn't want it sounded like when a wasp flies into a light bulb and it goes bzzz. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's just a really strange sound. I think it's just like a wasp flying into the window. There's so many insects around now. My car is covered. And I need to wash it actually. I might wash the car later. In fact, I will, because I keep paying to put it through the auto wash and it's just no good. Puts like dirty water dribbles all over your car windows. Right, I hope you enjoyed that, Taurus, and it resonated for some of you out there. I'm going to tidy up and we're going to move on to Gemini.